Imagine for a moment that when you woke up this morning, rather than pressing the brew button on your coffee maker or turning the dial on your stovetop, you sat down in the middle of your kitchen and you started building a campfire. This might seem strange to us in the room, but for half the world population, this is an everyday reality. 3 billion people burn fuels like wood and charcoal in open fires or simple stoves in order to cook their food every day. This practice generates a lot of smoke, also called household air pollution, which is harmful to our hearts and our lungs. In fact, household air pollution is one of the top 10 risk factors for disease globally, contributing to more death and illness than unclean drinking water and poor sanitation combined. As such, a lot of effort over the last 20 years has gone into designing stoves that emit less smoke and encouraging communities around the world to use these supposedly clean stoves. Yet very little change in public health has occurred. So one of the reasons for this is that very little is known about the relationships between smoke exposures and health outcomes in order to confidently say how clean a stove has to be to provide a health benefit to the user. So our research team has come up with a novel approach to addressing this problem using a controlled human exposure study conducted here in Fort Collins. In our study, participants breathe smoke that is generated from a variety of different stove designs, ranging from the dirtiest, smokiest stoves to the most supposedly clean stoves. Before and after the exposures, we measure markers of lung and heart health. And then we look at the changes in these markers across different stove designs. So for example, one of the markers I'm interested in is blood pressure. Consistent high blood pressure is associated with an increased risk of heart attacks and strokes and a number of other health problems. In our study, we measure small, temporary changes in blood pressure that pose very little significance clinically to our participants who are healthy and young. But these changes, these small changes, provide evidence about the types of long-term health problems that might arise with long-term exposure that results in sustained changes. I can then infer from these small changes across stoves the types of clinical health differences that might occur with the use of these stoves every day. The results of this research are critical to understanding how to design workable solutions to this massive global health problem. Without an answer to this question of how clean is clean enough, we will continue to live in a world where billions of people put their lives at risk every day through the simple and necessary act of cooking their food. As a scientist, one of my goals is to make this world a healthier place to live, and I'm confident that this research is a step in the right direction. Thank you.